Welcome to the Money Manifestation Mastery Podcast with your host, Lara Waldman, where we talk all things money. Big money, big purpose, big power. Waking up your wealth for heart-centered business owners and entrepreneurs. New year, new you. Who are you becoming in the year to come? Welcome to another beautiful year where we're going to be tapping in to the consciousness of your soul, of your heart, of your body that is guiding you to rise and thrive on purpose. Step into the next level of leadership in your business, in your finances, and your life. Let's go. I am delighted to be connected with you in this new year. Welcome to another year. I hope you had a restful holiday season. I am so happy to be sharing this beautiful information with you today and to support you to tap into the creative source, the creative energy that is ready and waiting for you to receive it. I know that life can be very hard and very challenging. There is so much going on a global level, on a personal level. There are many things to be worried about, stressed about, anxious about, overwhelmed about, angry about. And while all of that is going on, we can use the pain, the challenge, the difficulty as fuel to create change, to be a leader in your life, to make a difference, and to do something worthwhile, to contribute to life, to give back to life. No matter what is going on in life, your soul, your heart, your body's wisdom, and the earth's wisdom is here talking to us. It has a consciousness that is inviting us into a place of creation, possibility. There is always new life ready and waiting for us. And this is what I love to tap into, no matter how hard things get. And so whatever is going on for you in your personal life, your professional life, I want you to know that there is a beautiful source of energy for you that wants to work with you, through you, and for you. Every year, I offer some special events to support you with this. I have my upcoming Wealth Retreat. It's my free online event for business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, and investors to step into that next level of heart, body, soul aligned wealth creation in business, in finances, and in life. So if you haven't already signed up, make sure to book your free place now. We're starting very soon and it's going to support you with whatever you're ready to step into next. You can find the link to the Wealth Retreat via my website, larawaldman.com. Book your free place now. It will support you in huge ways for the coming year. So now I want to hold space for you to tap into the energy that is calling you forward. You could call this your soul, source, your inner guidance system, your intuition, your body's wisdom, the earth's wisdom. They all co-create together. So whatever your access point is, let's tap it. I have the gift of connecting to your soul's wisdom, to the bigger picture of your life, why you're here, what you're here to experience, what this life is all about for you, and also funneling it down to the next year, the theme of the year to come. And within that theme, within that year, who you are being called into next. This is your next level identity, who you are becoming, the evolution of you. There is always growth. There is always new life. There is always more to expand into if you are open, if you are receptive, if you are willing to listen, and if you are willing to let go. This is probably the most challenging part of all, is the letting go of the old identity, the old habits of behavior, the old ways of doing things. They're very hard, well-established neural pathways in your brain. It's easier to stay in the loop, to stay in the track of life as you've always known it, life as you've always done it, your old habits and ways of being. That will take very little energy, but it will leave you feeling stuck, frustrated, with low energy, trapped. There's lots of negative experiences from staying in the same track, staying in the same loop, but it will be your default and it won't take a lot of energy to stay in there. It takes focus, it takes discipline, and it takes conscious space to step into the new, that new level of you, who you are becoming. And yet, it's actually your true nature. That is where the creative energy, the creative source, the creative flow is. So when you're brave and courageous and willing to take space to listen and follow that flow, this path gives you more energy, makes you feel excited, alive, full of hope, possibility, a sense of fulfillment, because you're tapping into creative energy. You're growing, you're evolving. The double-edged sword of that is it's very exciting and it can feel great. And it can also feel very scary because you're entering the great unknown. You don't know what this is yet. And our survival brains, the part that wants to keep you safe in your comfort zone, will kick in. So holding space for who you are becoming, tapping into that heart, body, soul aligned creative flow of energy is going to require faith. It's going to require trust. And it requires space for you to really listen, for you to follow that inner guidance and take those next brave, bold, baby-aligned action steps. Stepping into the next level of you, who you are becoming, tapping into that creative current, that creative source of energy that is calling you forward into life, is pure liberation. It is liberating you from the shackles of the past, the pain of the past cycles, past programs, past ways of doing things that are often old, outdated, well-established habits. It is going to set you free. But you are stepping into the unknown, remember. So it needs holding. It needs a safe space for you to courageously move forward. The way I like to begin this process is to talk to your soul, to talk to your heart, to talk to your inner guidance system, and get to know this version of you. I call this future wealthy you, that part of you that's already created the results, the business, the finances, the life that you truly desire. It's like your future self coming to talk with you in your present day self, to be your guide, to be your mentor, to be your support, to explain where you're going and why you're going there. But you need to create space to listen. Deep inside you, you know. It is an inner knowing. It's an inner calling. It's an inner voice. And it's your job to create space, to listen. So who are you becoming in the year to come? What are you being called into? What is pulling you forward? What is wanting to live What is wanting to be created? What is wanting to be experienced and lived? This is your life force energy that lives within you. This is source energy or universal energy that is seemingly outside of you. Your soul that is interconnected with all of life. It naturally co-creates with all of life. That is your true nature. And yet the challenge is you will naturally contract against it because it feels scary. It's unknown, or you don't know how, or it feels too expansive, too vulnerable, too open. And we're so used to living in this stuckness of our life, trapped in a box, contracting against life, in self-protection, in fear, in our survival mode, that we forget to expand beyond that, to open our arms to life and breathe it in. So I'd like to invite you to take a moment to breathe with me, to take a deep breath into your beautiful body, to fuel yourself and feed yourself with this natural life force energy, to remember who you are, to activate who you are becoming, and breathe life into this part of you. And listen, what is this part of you calling you into next? Who are you becoming in the year to come? What does this version of yourself want to experience, want to do, want to have, want to create? We want to tap into the creative current, the creative force, the creative pulse that is ready and waiting for you to tap it. This is one of the greatest adventures that you can go on. Coming into life, coming alive through your beautiful body, guided by your beautiful being, and having the vehicle of your business and your bank account to create in real life. It is one of the greatest gifts. And it requires your attention. It requires your presence. And it requires space for you to unhook from the old habits, the old ways of doing things, and open up to new possibilities. By the end of the year, I finally closed the door on a very old and very painful past identity. There is a version of myself that I have been living for a long time. It was an old identity that I developed 20 years ago. And this version of myself served me very, very well and has taken me on all sorts of adventures. But that chapter came to a close. It was time to close the door on that old version of myself and open the doors to who I am becoming next, who I'm growing into next. And luckily, I've developed the skill of listening to my soul, my inner guidance, my intuition. So I could see this version of myself, feel this version of myself, talk to this version of myself, understand where this version of me was guiding me into next. And yet the old version of myself, the old habit, the old identity, was clinging on for dear life. I knew it was time to close the door. I understood why. And yet my whole nervous system was gripping. So I understand that it can be really hard sometimes to let go of the old ways of doing things. This is a practice. This is a discipline. And it requires safety so that you can relax. We have to relax. We have to feel safe to be able to release and let go and trust. And at the same time, understand what we're letting go into. So It can be very stressful for our brains to make this transition. I know because I'm going through it all the time myself. And yet, there are so many blessings, so many gifts, so much that's ready and waiting to be received. Because those old ways, those old patterns of protection, those old habits of doing that are often based in survival, shut us off from life. They contract against life. They suffocate life. And this new identity, this new version of you, this heart, body, soul aligned, wealthy, empowered version of you wants to bring you back into life. It's a life-giving energy. It's a life-fueling energy. But you've got to let go. You've got to open up. Breathe in and listen. So how I like to do this is to develop a relationship with this new identity, future wealthy me, and get to know them, understand where this part of me is leading me next, and create space every day to tap in to this new identity. This is about developing a relationship with this part of you, starting to understand who this version of you is, and learning to trust in this part of you, trust in their leadership, trust in their power, trust in their vision, trust in where they're taking you next. It is a path of healing. It is a path of evolution. It is the path of letting go of the old. It is the path of stepping into the unknown. It is one of the greatest adventures that you will ever go on. Essentially, you are coming more into life, fully living as much as you possibly can while you are here for this short and precious time on this beautiful planet. So I invite you to let this part lead in your life. Otherwise, your survival part will take over. Your fears will take over. And you'll get smaller and smaller and smaller and more contracted and more limited. This new identity, this new version of you is going to take you on a path of greater hope, possibility, connection, love, creation, contribution, bringing you a greater sense of fulfillment. Your survival brain will still be there. The old version of you will still want to fight for survival as well. So remember that this is a discipline. This is a practice. This isn't going to happen by itself. It requires you to lead and to lead consciously and to remember this part of you, to remember the creative current, this source energy, this life force energy that is ready and waiting for you to tap each and every day, each and every moment. And I believe that you are here to lead during these times, to be the leader of yourself, the leader of your life, step into greater leadership in your business, in your finances, and take the reins. The world is ready and waiting for you. And if this is your year to rise, to step into that next level, I would love to invite you to join me for the upcoming Wealth Retreat, my free online event for big-hearted business owners, entrepreneurs, professionals, and investors ready to rise in that next level of leadership, that next level of wealth creation, to allow your business to grow and to thrive, your finances to grow and to thrive, and for you to grow and to thrive on purpose, guided by your heart, your body, your soul. Let's go. So book your free place now via my website, larawaldman.com. Book on the Wealth Retreat. Put your details in to secure your free place now. I look forward to being with you live very soon. And if you want to join me live in real life, I have a very special event coming up in London, if you can make it. We have a few more places left for that live event. If you have any questions about any of the events, my online wealth retreat, my live in-person event in London, please don't hesitate to reach out. Send me an email, send me a DM. I'm happy to answer any of your questions. Thank you for joining me for today's episode. New year, new you. I would love to know what you are being called into in the year to come. That heart, body, soul aligned wealth guiding you forward. Please let me know what's been landing for you in today's conversation. And I look forward to being with you again next time.